People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Now, people, it seems as if these cold, heartless, KILLERS in Jamaica, they're on a rampage. Well, they never stop. It just continues. I am speaking about an incident that occurred at about 7:30 last night, a place called New Lincoln Crescent, which is in Kingston, where it is said that a group of persons were at some sort of cook shop when a vehicle rolled up. Men alighted from the vehicle with all sorts of high-powered, start blaze up the place. Who could run, who couldn't run, they were not so fortunate. After the smoke cleared, there were 4 persons lying on the ground. One of them was taken to the place of recovery. However, the other 3, they were in pretty bad condition. Based on the videos that I see or have, most of these persons, pretty much they lost their head. Pretty much their crown was gone. May I talk about all sorts of marrow, all sorts of RED run through them head. It looked like them pretty much did some sorts of brain surgery on them. Chance of them making it was 0 to 0. Now, people, like me say, these men were flat out. So therefore, it told me that, listen, it is either they did not get a chance to move, or as soon as they move, they were hit in the crown and fell face down. All of them were either flat out on them face, on them side. People, it did not look good. Now, needless to say, after the smoke clear, the power pull up. In these videos, which I am not even going to show because they are so graphic for YouTube, you could hear the residents identifying the bodies. And even very disturbing was one particular video when a daughter sit down right over the DEAD body of her father, and she was saying, "Daddy, answer me now. Me just talk to you. Daddy, me love you. Daddy, what happened? Why them do this to you, Daddy?" People, it was very touching. If you had any sorts of heart, you would have been moved. And people, you can get these videos. They are in my WhatsApp group. If you need them, you can WhatsApp me, 1-876-894-2711. Just send a text. You want the video of the 3 people losing their life on New Lincoln Crescent. Do not video call me. Do not call me. Send a text. Give your name. You want to join the group. Anybody that calls me or video call me, it will be ignored. So therefore, you know exactly what to do. One thing that I listen to in most of these videos, I have about 4 videos or so and about 5 or 6 pictures. People were shocked. People were startled. Because people are say, "No, the man is the welder. The man is an elder. The Rasta man, him not trouble nobody." None of these people have no sorts of crime affiliation. But people, like them say, and I am not saying that this applies in this case. Sometimes if them can't catch Quaco, them are going to catch him shot, and even worse. You are guilty by association, guilty by the era in which you are from. So therefore, if there is a pending AR or feud going on between over Dessa and over Yassa, you could expect any time for something to pop off, because it always does. It is always like some sorts of volcano. It lays dormant for a little while. However, sooner or later, it is going to erupt. So I say this to say that, and people, I don't want people to feel as if they are supposed to be held hostage in a them house and can't come out especially when you don't have conditions like AC, you don't have all of the amenities like any sorts of flat screen TV, any sorts of cable. I am not going to say that you should die of boredom, but me just say, whenever you live in a jungle, you should adjust yourself accordingly, or else you could become a victim. And until the promises that the Prime Minister made, whether it is a JLP or PNP, can be fulfilled, wherein you can leave your door open, wherein you can stay outside and be safe, you should conduct yourself as if you're under some sorts of siege, and people, that is the case. Now, people, when I see stuff like this, which sadly to say, it has become the norm, I have to ask myself, because I know that these suspects, these assailants, they are going to see the videos on social media. They are going to hear the reaction of this little girl and other people I say, what kind of FUCKRY take away this? Them your people here now have nothing to do with any sorts of crime, any sorts of gang, any sorts of violence. However, people, when you are numb, when you are possessed by the devil or some sort of evil spell, you lack the heart, you lack the conscience, so therefore it might mean something to you and I. However, for the average takeaway person out there that actually sit down, plan and orchestrate, jump in a car with all sorts of tile rifle and then roll upon a set of innocent people and blow out their BRAINS people, more than likely it is going to mean diddly squat to them. So people, the bottom line is that we should hope that the person that are supposed to serve and protect us, meaning the JCF, gets the relevant information. We should hope that the people that are touched directly or indirectly are just doing their civic duty will give the Popo the information as to who these persons were that conducted this evilous act. So therefore, the Popo can act accordingly and get justice swiftly, and do not waste taxpayers' time, taxpayers' money. Read between the line, point blank and period. Now the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called, it seems as if these gangsters did not read the notice board. Them never get the memo that listen. Whenever you conduct any sorts of crime, whether it is intentional, whenever any sorts of Popo gets hurt, or even worse, lose him life or their life, it will be treated differently. They will not spare any sorts of resources or any sorts of efforts. Justice is going to be swift. Them are going to want una like yesterday. Now people, I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Frog City. Frog City is off Maxfield in that era. On the 19th of October 2022, 10 days ago, an officer, Constable Brian Martin, he was attending a wake at about 10-something p.m. It is said that some people roll up with all sorts of rifle, start to spray the place. After the smoke clear, couple people got hit. Mr. Martin was one of them. It is said that there was an individual at the wake. He was the target. However, Mr. Martin was what they call casualty of war, collateral damage. He got hit in the process. Now people, when that happened, the Popo came out and they vowed that, listen, we are going to get justice very soon. We are asking for the assistance of anybody that knows this person. However, people, it seems as if they got the pertinent information. It seems as if they got a person of interest, or even better, they got a suspect. So people, that happened Frog City. Fast forward, a place called Mosquito Valley that is in rural St. Andrew, Red Hills to be specific. It is said that the Popo were conducting an operation seeking said individual. Them buck up on a man who they knew or know as a suspect. His name is Keith Ruddock. Based on the information, it is said that there was some sorts of confrontation, REOC, aka SHOOT, out. After the smoke clear, Mr. Ruddock, he was out. Now, people, do the mathematics with me. Frog City, Mosquito Valley. Mr. Brian lost his life, that is a constable, on the 19th. Mr. Ruddock lost his life on the 20th, today the 29th. He did not make it past 10 days. Close, but no cigar. People, watch the trend. There was an incident in which some poor pull up power man in some sort of building with a high power rifle. One poor or a couple of poor got caught up and lost their life. Within 24 hours, they went for this man. Various other incidents in which poor have lost their life got caught up. There is no incident in which the suspect, person of interest, was not caught, or even better yet, lost his life. So therefore, when you see this trend, maybe if you are a criminal, and I am not going to say to prey on other persons in a society, maybe you might want to leave members of the JCF alone, especially those from CTAC. Maybe you might want to rethink your strategy in who you play with. Like them say, play with fire, you get BURN. And the poor, they have a reputation of getting justice for their own. People that are represented by this badge of honor or badge of seriousness. So people want to ask the question, if the poor lose them life and the poor get justice within days, 10 days the most, isolated incident it take longer than that, then it tells me that either they are not putting enough effort in other cases, or maybe it is just coincidental that the poor, the suspect, are fuller. The suspects are easier to get caught. People, I doubt that the second option is it. It tells me that when the poor are serious about doing their job, they can actually get the results. If them put in the man hour, if them do the investigation and question all these cases, because let's face it, these criminals in Jamaica are not the sharpest tool in the shed. Sometimes them live right around the corner. Somebody always sees something. We live in an information age. Whenever anything goes down, people are always going to talk. They might not want to contact the poor directly, but whenever they put it on social media bloggers like myself always get that information to the right people and get the wrong people them wrong bang out of society. So therefore, it is up on you as a legal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. This is your civic duty. Talk where you know you can't be an informer if you're not involved in any sort of criminal activity. As a matter of fact, those that are involved in all sorts of criminal activity, whether it is takeaway, whether it is juggling, weed, cocoa, whatever, 99.99% of them are snitches anyway. So therefore, if the people that you hold in high esteem, that are supposed to be wanksters or gangsters, attack, what say you? You are supposed to talk too, because everybody attack, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos to the point, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded persons like yourself. And people, word to the wise. Whenever you are rising in life, there is always going to be a set of vipers. They realize your potential. They realize that people are gravitating to you. Now people, because of these persons' insecurity and the hate that they have within, When they look at you, they see that your ceiling is in the stratosphere. When they compare themselves, they see that their ceiling is in the cellar, in the abyss of hell. So therefore, for them to feel as if they are up, they are going to do everything within their means to bring you down, point blank and period.